the fight for women to have our own spaces where biological men are not invading them is one that is still alive and very strong. I want to show you this video of a woman named Tish Hyman, who was at a Gold's Gym in Los Angeles. And she has a video that went viral after she complained about a trans quote woman man in the women's locker room. Number 17, please. And just for everyone, this is a very intense video to watch. If you are not in the mood to see something intense, then maybe turn it off and come right back. Number 17, please.
Gym, men, grown men with big dicks in the women's locker room. And that's why I'm getting kicked out. And I want to make sure the girls know. The fuck? Everybody saw that man in the fucking locker room. No one's saying shit. And I'm fucking done with it. It's fucking stupid. It's dangerous. Me naked in front of a man without my permission. I'm the one who gets kicked out the gym, y'all. I'm terminated for not wanting men in the locker room.
So Tish actually had the police called on her and they removed her from the gym, which brings another level of insanity to this. She also made several follow-up videos, including the fact that she has experience with sexual violence herself. My take on her reaction there is this is obviously a trauma response. I would have a nervous breakdown. I don't know why I have to explain to people that I do not want to see any male genitalia of any kind other than my husband's in any space ever. It's the definition of sexual assault. I don't know why there's this weird breakdown right here. What is your reaction to this video, Dakota? And what do you think it has to do with like obviously this is an important issue to you because you've joined XXXY, but how scared are you for your two daughters, given that this is the world we're living in?
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't fear for my daughters because my daughters are going to be just fine. They won't need a man. They will be able to defend themselves. And as long as I still have air in my lungs, nothing like this will happen to my daughters and be tolerated, hands down, at whatever cost it is to me and my freedom. But what I will say is I think this starts to run into, we're gonna have a big issue here, right? I mean, like if a male goes out and does this on the street, that's called indecent exposure. You can charge it. So how are we not charging this in, you know what I mean? Like this is, I think that when I first realized how bad it had gotten, was whenever the first executive order that President Trump signed was what there were only two genders. Like had to get back to that. Like it's crazy. It's crazy that we are tolerating this. But what I think's happened is, and I do believe why this has gotten so much, this gender dysphoria, mental health issue, crisis piece has gotten so much leverage is because they are riding off of the wrongs that we did to gay marriage. Right, us not allow, like I think what they've done is they've tried to latch on to the momentum that gay people, lesbians, whatever you want to call it, like what they have, their rights of sexual preference versus gender dysphoria, and these are two different topics, right? But what they did real quick after that got movement, which I personally, like, I have a ton of gay friends. I have, what I mean? Like, and I love them to death. And I think they're great people. And so, but what I don't, it's not the same as this gender dysphoria aspect of men going into women's bathrooms. And what I'll tell you is this goes back to my number one topic of weak men. And this is why I joined up with, XXXY athletics, because men are going to have to start policing men. It should not be accepted. I don't ever hear, I've never gone into a locker room and seen a woman, like looked over and seen a woman coming out of the sauna or the shower. Like it's men. It's these sick-minded men who are weak to compare against other men who have now found an opportunity to go and pray and win against women, right? I mean,
I was going to say, you don't ever hear about trans men or whatever, women turning into men that go into the men's locker room or the men's bathroom.
Nope.
It's never the reverse.
I've never seen a woman standing in the urinal next to me. Never.
Well, I also think what you're bringing up about the LGBT community, talking about just, the support for gay marriage is still astronomically high in the country. It's around, I think, 85%. it is very easy for people to understand that people are attracted to their same gender, that homosexuals want the same rights as we all do. It was a very easy message for the American public. They just want what we have. They want to live the American dream, white picket fence, whatever. What's complicated about the T aspect of it, and I do think everyone deserves decency, respect, all the legal rights we all have as humans and Americans under the law. But the problem is these people are taking away spaces for women. What we just saw with Tish, she's being sexually assaulted in the locker room and no one cares. That's
We
my problem with this.
we
Is that
didn't
you're
show
yes, go ahead.
I'll
Sorry,
say we
Miranda.
didn't show, and this is relevant to what you're saying. We didn't show the person in
She's a
the
lesbian, by the way. Not that that
we
matters,
didn't
but
show
yeah.
the trans person in the video we don't want to get sued, but we didn't show them. This person does not look like a woman. They don't look like a petite girl. They don't look like they've had this surgery. They look like a man. They look like a bulky, weightlifting, big barrel chested man. So I'm going to tend to believe the woman in this case. Continue, Megan.
We're all girl moms. Miranda has 2 daughters as well. We all have 2 daughters.
My
Like,
daughter who
it's a
takes swim
very big
lessons
issue.
in a gym exactly like that, who has to
Mhm.
change in the women's locker room. She's 4 years
Yeah, I
old.
mean, look, in women, what I think is detrimental to society is at the point that, look, I believe that women should have, I would fight, obviously, I think I'm one of I think a father of daughters is probably the biggest feminist on the face of the planet, or should
Sure.
be, right? But I refuse. My daughters are not equal to men. They are way more valuable than men, right? They should have equal rights, but they should never have equal value. Anything that carries life, makes life, and raises life should absolutely not be valued at the same as something that doesn't, right? And like, you can't get out of this science. And I'm not, I hear people all the time like, oh, you're just such a small thinker, this and that. And no, it's not. It's reality, and it has to be protected. It has to be. We can't change the truth of it. And I do believe that all of this was 100% built up by weak men. I mean, men have gotten so weak that what they're doing is they're now having women fight amongst each other to justify them being in women's sports. I mean, think about this. Think about this. Like, the history of of what women have had to fight for to get equal rights, to be able to go out and to be able to do anything that they do today, to have what they have, and now we're trying to erase the words of what they are, and we're trying to erase truth, and that is not right. And I can tell you, every country that I fought in, there was 2 things that we've talked about on here that were common: was education and how they treated their women. And I'll tell you right now, none of the countries I fought in respected their women. Their women were treated as objects, or they were equal. And I can tell you, the day we stop valuing our women is the day that society will absolutely fall.